So these are the broad features of constitutions of India. When the drafting committee started to draft the constitutions for India, they have studied the constitutions of other countries and they have borrowed features. So let's discuss one by one. From UK, Indian committee, the 8 members committee took the nominal head president, cabinet system of minister, post of PM, parliamentary type of government, December with the parliament, lower house more powerful, council of minister responsible to lower house, and provisions of speaker in Lok Sabha. From USA, written constitutions, appointment of vice president, fundamental rights, Supreme Court, head of state known as a president, provision of state, and judicial review. From Australia, we had took the feature of concurrent list, central state relationship, and language of the preamble. From USSR, fundamental duties, 5-year plan of economic development. From Germany, emergency provisions, one of the important features of constitutions. From Japan, law on which the Supreme Court functions. From Canada, federal system and residuary powers. From the South Africa, procedure of constitutional amendment. And from Ireland, concept of directive principles of state policy. So these 9 features has been borrowed from these 9 various countries from their constitution for the writing constitutions of India. And this all has been done under the guidance of chairman Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. So he was the chairman. From the time being till the constitution was made, India would be governed in accordance with the Government of India Act 1935. The assembly met in sessions open to the public for 166 days, spread over a period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days before adopting the constitutions. It was finally passed and accepted on November 26, 1949. In all, the 284 members of the assembly signed the official copies, that is original of the Indian constitutions. After many deliberations and some modifications over 111 plenary sessions in 114 days, the 308 members of the assembly signed 2 copies final of the document, one each in Hindi and English on the 21st January 1950. Same day, the assembly unanimously elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the President of India, which came into effect on the 26th January 1950 and known and celebrated as the Republic Day of India. The Preamble to the Constitutions of India. The Preamble to the Constitution of India is a brief introductory statement that sets out the guiding purpose and the principle of the document. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens. So, justice, social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship, equality of status, equality of opportunity, and to promote among all. Fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26 days of November 1949 do hereby adopt, enact, and give ourselves these constitutions. So majorly the main features was the justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The first word of the preamble, we. In the preamble of the constitutions, there is a first word written is a we, the people. That means everyone is same, everyone is having the right to equality. Signifies that the power is ultimately vested in the hands of the people of India. So far, the preamble has been amended only once in 1976 by 42 amendment which inserted the words socialism, secularism, and integrity. A brief description of these concepts are as follows. The sovereign means it means free to follow internal and external policies. Secular means it means no particular religion is preferred. Socialist it means no concentration of power and money. Democratic it means rule by elected representative of a people of India. Republic it means no room for hereditary ruler or monarch. The preamble page, along with the other pages of the first and original book constitutions of India, was designed and decorated solely by renowned painter Vihar Shah. So this is how our first page and the cover of institutions of India looks like. So in the left side there is Hindi written. You can see in the middle English version of the preamble, as well as in the first book of the Constitution of India on the right side. Purposes of having a preamble. The preamble to our constitution serve two purposes. It indicates the source from which the constitution derives its authority. It also states the objects which its constitution seeks to establish and promote. The preamble seeks to establish what Mamata Gandhi described. The preamble seeks to establish what Mahatma Gandhi described as the India of my dreams. An India in which the poorest shall feel that it is their country in those in whose making they have a effective voice. An India in which shall communities shall live a perfect harmony. There can be no room in such an India for the curse of unsociability or the curse of intoxicating drinks and drugs. Women will enjoy this as the same rights as man. What is constitutions of India? Constitutions of India is considered to be the supreme law of the country as it puts forth of the framework of fundamental political principles. It establishes the structure, procedures, powers, and duties of the government and mentions the fundamental rights, directive principles, and duties of the citizen. The Constitution declares India as a sovereign, socialist, democratic, and the republic with the parliamentary form of the government. The Indian Constitution shows federal as well as the unitary system. Federal system means the powers are divided and shared between the state and the central government. Union system powers concentration in the central government with weak state government. Both features are listed below. Federal features supremacy of the constitutions, division of power between the union and the state, and the existence of an independent judiciary in India constitutions. Unitary features: single citizenship, everyone is Indian; single constitutions, everyone is following single constitution, everyone is following single set of rules; power of union to override on the state matters. During emergency, the system become virtually unitary. Changes in the names and the boundaries of the states by the parliament. Integrated judiciary system. Center appoints the governor. Dependence of the states on the center for economic strength and grants. So these are the silent features of the unitary features and the federal system. The structure of constitutions of India, the constitution and its current from constitutions of one preamble 25 parts and containing to 450 articles. The constitution is a one preamble, the one book which is having 25 parts and 450 articles, 12 schedules, 2 appendices, 97 amendments up to date. Although it is federal in nature, it also has a strong unitary bias. So one preamble is having 25 parts, 450 articles, 97 amendments, 12 schedules, and 2 appendices. Uh, all covers fundamental rights, directive principles, and fundamental duties of the Indian institutions. Different elements of the constitutions are described as below. Preamble. The preamble of the Constitution of India is a brief introductory statement that sets out the guiding purpose and the principle of the document. 25 parts. The individual articles of the constitutions are grouped together into the following parts. Part 1, Union and its territory. Part 2, Citizenship. Part 3, Fundamental rights. Then directive principle of state policy. Then fundamental duties. Then union states in the B part of the first schedule. The union territories, the panchayats, the municipal parties, the schedule and territorial areas, relation between the union and the states, finance, property, contract, suits, trade, and the commerce within the territory of India, services under the union and the states, tribunals, elections, special provision relating to the certain classes, languages, emergency provisions, miscellaneous, amendment of the constitutions, temporary and transactional, and the special provisions, short title, date of commencement, authorities text in Hindi and repeals. This all 25 parts covered in the constitutions of India. The article it is a subcategory of a different parts in the constitution which contains detailed information of subject or the title which an article represents. Amendments. The amendments we have a 97 amendments in the Constitution of India. It is the process of making changes to the nation's fundamental law. Changes to the Indian constitutions are made by the federal parliament, and the procedures is laid out in the part 20, Article 368 of the constitutions. So we have amendments to change the law to make schedules. There are 12 schedules are listed in the constitutions that categories and the tabulated bureaucratic activity and policy of the government. Two appendices, they are extension to constitutions. Fundamental rights. The word fundamental suggests that these rights are so important that constitutions has separately listed them and made special provision for their protection. The fundamental rights are so important that the constitutions itself ensure that they are not violated by the government. And with the fundamental rights, the constitutions of India, it's maintaining the relation between the government, the different government, and the with the citizens. Fundamental rights are different from the other rights available to us, while the ordinary legal rights are protected and enforced by ordinary law. Fundamental rights are protected and guaranteed by the government by the constitutions of the country. The constitutions of India recognize certain basic fundamental rights for every citizen of India, such as right to equality, right to freedom of religion, right to against exploitation, cultural and educational rights, and right to fundament constitutions remedies. So in the next session, we will discuss silent features of the constitutions of India. Thank you. Best wishes.